Okay, so welcome everybody. We're going to go ahead and get started. All right, well, this month, Julia has brought forward for the month of September habit energy as a focus of our practice. And so we've been working on all that this month. On the first week, we talked about taking responsibility, looking at the responsibility of our habit energy, and to do so in a gentle way, not to use guilt and shame as a way of beating ourselves up, right? It's just taking the minutes to pause and take a look at our habit energy. On week 2, we talked about the secrets that the habit energy can bring on and how we get comfortable with sometimes lying about the habit energy and keeping those secrets and some of that comfort that comes with doing it time and time again. But this week, week 3, we've spent the entire week talking about instant gratification, another aspect of our habit energy. And we've really focused on taking time to pause and practicing the pause before habit energy takes over us. And so that's what we've been focused on. And that's what we will continue to focus on in today's meditation. So let's take a minute, get yourself in whatever comfortable meditative position works best for you, whether you're sitting up or lying down, and walking the dog out for a walk like Mark does. Get settled in and we'll begin. We're also going to take a moment and get in touch with our breathing. Breath is so important, not just meditation, but life in general. I'm going to take 3 very slow, deep inhalations. I'm going to hold that breath for a slow count of 8, exhale for a slow count of 8. I'm going to do that 3 times and then we will carry on. If you have a breathing exercise of your own, please, by all means, do so. Today, as you continue to breathe, I want you to take a moment and find your happy place. Rather than today me bringing forward a space or an imagination, I want you to just take a moment. It's Friday. Pick your happy spot, whether you're at the beach or in the mountains, underwater or on the desert, whatever works. And just take a moment to put yourself there. It's so important as you practice meditation to not just imagine where you're at, see where you're at, but try and involve the other senses. If where you're at, you can smell smells, feel wind against your skin, the temperature, whether it's warm or cold, sounds you may hear, could be birds or crickets, waves, wind rustling through the trees. And as you settle into your happy space and continue to breathe, bring to mind any tension that might reside between your ears. Relax your forehead, relax the cheeks and your jaw. Let the tension roll from your neck over your shoulders. Let it roll down the arms, over the elbows. Just let that tension drain from the palms of your hands to the ground. And just breathe. Be mindful of any tension that might reside between your shoulder blades, any heaviness in the chest, tightness in the abdomen. Relax down through your back, through the hips, down over the legs, past the calves. Let any of that remaining tension drain from the bottoms of your feet. And just breathe. As you continue to reside in your happy space, we're going to bring forward some of those things that may bring instant gratification. Often when we talk about habit energy or instant gratification, we immediately go to the negative. Maybe the reason that we're here today is primarily the driving force of the negativity that has derived from our particular habit energy. Habit energy manifests itself in so many different ways, and so many people, if not nearly everyone, has some form of habit energy, of taking advantage of instant gratification. Today I'll bring forward 4 particular habit energies, and we'll take a moment and pause and bring forward, is this necessarily positive? Is it neutral? Or is it negative? Because it's not the same for all of us. For instance, let's bring forward food. For some, food can be very positive, right? It brings us nourishment, energy, sometimes comfort. Warm meal that we had on Sunday as a tradition, or our favorite dessert, can all be very positive. Keeps us alive. Food can also be neutral. There may be a taste that we don't really pay attention to. It might be food that we eat all the time, and it's not necessarily good, it's not necessarily bad, it's just food. And it also fills a hole, it fills a void, a pang that we get when we're hungry. It's not an obsession, it's just I'm hungry, ergo I eat food. Pretty neutral. For some of us, it can be negative. Sometimes we consume too much. We eat beyond being just full. It can affect our health, can add excessive weight, which can be both physically and psychologically and emotionally taxing. And sometimes it gets to the point where we hide food, we lie about it, we have secrets about it. So food can be positive, it can be neutral, or it can be negative. And before we consume, we pause and take a look at it. Not to demonize, not to glorify, not to judge, but to merely be aware and just breathe. Another habit energy that can come forward is alcohol. For me, it's my habit energy that brought me here. In the early days, in moderation, it was positive. It was relaxation. It was and can be courage. And some people say a glass of wine can be healthy. Alcohol, for me, could also be neutral. In the beginning, I could take it or leave it. It was socially acceptable. Everybody else is doing it, is what it is. And for many people, it's not an issue, just part of a social dynamic. In time, it can be a negative. For some of us, it can be too much. It can impair mental, physical, emotions. It can cause health problems, physical, mental. And like food, it can extend into hiding, lying, secrets. We bring forward instant gratification, the habit energy, not to demonize nor glorify, but to just pause. Is what I'm doing positive? Is it neutral? Or is it negative? And just breathe. Another habit energy that can come forward, instant gratification, can be sex. It can be positive from a standpoint of physical, emotional connection. It can be neutral. As a human being, you have urges. It's chemical. It's natural. Just is what it is. And it too can become a negative, can become a distraction, for some an obsession. It can lend itself to hiding, or lying or secrets. As with all the habit energies, it can be positive, neutral, or negative, to neither be demonized nor glorified. Just taking a minute, taking the pause, being mindful of how it shows up for you. And just breathe. One last habit energy we'll bring forward today: instant gratification. Might be drugs. Depends on the drug. It could be positive. Could be a prescription from our doctor that helps our bodies cope with an ailment. Caffeine's a drug. A cup of coffee in the morning certainly seems positive for me. Help me get going in the morning. Could also be neutral. Technically vitamins or supplements. Those can be a drug. If you have a headache and you take a couple of Tylenol just to neutralize that little bit of pain, it's just neutral. And like our other habit energies, it too can become negative. We do too much. I know I can do too much coffee. You could certainly take too many Tylenol. Any of the drugs taken too much of can be negative, lead to poor health, can impair you, and once again can cause hiding or lying or secrets. Today we bring forward these habit energies not to demonize or glorify, not to place judgment, but merely to pause. Take those moments and check in. Is what I'm doing positive, neutral, or negative? And just take a moment, reconnect with your happy place on this glorious Friday afternoon. See where you're at. See what you see. Smell what you can smell. Feel the breeze or the sun or the coolness, maybe the water. Be mindful of your breath. Take a moment and congratulate yourself today for taking care of you. And in doing so, you give to Sangha, you give to others, you give to yourself. And just breathe. And as you come to the conclusion of our meditation, take a deep cleansing breath. Fill your lungs with peace and joy. So let's go ahead and do a dedication of merit. So today we brought forward our own special happy place. You imagined where you would most likely like to be. We brought forward habit energy, instant gratification, and we brought forward pause, taking those moments and deciding if what we're about to do or not do is positive, neutral, or negative. It wasn't about judgment, it wasn't about demonizing nor glorifying. It's just about taking a moment and just pause. As we go through our weekend and week ahead, may you recognize that almost everybody has a form of habit energy. And hopefully they too can take a moment to just pause. Have a great day. Namaste.